There was a kitty pet, Lily, and her mate Brownie, who once used to be Galaclan's warrior called Sharp Eyes, but was captured by Twoligs and liked it there, and so he stayed. And they had kits, Cookie and Cream, and Brownie's sister, Mudpool, visited them once a moon. And once she wanted to do some aunt-niece bonding time and took Cookie out for a walk around the neighborhood, but then a dog that was let loose and said hi. Cookie hid in the forest and was close to bleeding out, but SnowClan's patrol came to save her. What the fuck is that, the kitten? But what happened? She was like that when we got there, so Grey-Eye, SnowClan's med cat, took care of her even if he didn't want to. And she was kinda forced to sleep in a bush next to his den. And he changed her name, so she would fit in more. But he struggles with uncreativity, so he names her Scarletheart. After that she was bleeding out when he met her. How sweet of him. And he saw water droplets that looked kinda like blood in Sunset's lightning. But he, for the love of God, couldn't figure out what StarClan meant by that and had a mental breakdown. StarClan drives him nuts, but he knew it was something about Scarletheart. And Scarletheart was obviously struggling living in the clan, especially when they were all about pure blood and everything. She had one friend, Flower Kit, and they played together constantly. Other kits didn't want to play with Flower because he played with the kitty pet. They, with 2 other kits, became apprentices soon. But Scarletheart was forced to become med cat apprentice. No warrior wanted to train her. And Grey-Eye was pretty much the only cat that fought for Scarlet's, so she could stay so. And she wasn't happy about it, especially at first. Grey-Eye used her sort of. Remember, kids? It's a good idea to send a 7-year-old to a forest she never has been in, alone, to grab some herbs you were too lazy to gather. But it's fine. This nice ghost lady helped Scarlet. Scarletheart sneaked out constantly so Flowerpaw could teach her how to hunt and fight. But Flowerpaw had progressively less and less time for her, as he started to hang out with his peers. Damn, that was a bad day, thought Scarletheart. I sure hope that 4 apprentices won't come to my pathetic bush I'm sleeping in to try to kill me and chase me out of the forest. The nice ghost lady helped her again, BTW. And it's even worse because Flower had become friends with one of the dudes that did it. And it turns out that wasn't an idea of the apprentices. It was idea of Flamefall, who brought Scarlet into the clan. And Flamefall blames Scarletheart for the death of Mudpool, who she was friends with. But when Scarletheart went to sleep, she had a nightmare. But it's disturbed by the nice ghost lady. She introduced herself as Feather, and will guide Scarletheart and train her as a test from StarClan. Scarletheart and Flowerpaw drift away, which makes Scarletheart mad because she is alone again. Her closest thing to a friend is her mentor, who she doesn't really give a fuck about, and they fight a lot. Scarletheart decides she will overwork herself just to appeal to the clan. When cats talk shit about kitty pets, she adds a few words to the discussion. Sometimes makes up fake things just to make the kitty pets look worse and her cooler. But she is sad at the same time, because she realized that she doesn't really remember anything before SnowClan, but her plan succeeded. Maybe some cats still didn't like her, but some finally accepted her. She completely stopped talking to Flowerpaw at this point. And it's the time for his and his friends' warrior ceremony. And soon after, a kitty pet is found on SnowClan's territory. They ran from another clan's territory and were injured because a patrol attacked them there. And Flowerroot was the only one who wanted to help them. And he was mad at Scarletheart that she didn't, because if SnowClan denied her help when she needed it, she would be dead. But Scarletheart stood her ground, as she started to share the feelings for kitty pets of the other cats in the clan. The kitty pet was chased off their territory, and Scarletheart and Flowerroot got into a huge fight, and it got physical until Cowpelt came in and bit Scarletheart on her scar, and Cowpelt and Flowerroot just left Scarletheart there. When Scarletheart came to Med Den, Grey comforted her and dressed her wounds. And Scarletheart has this epiphany because she's like, well, we can spend time together without fighting, and on the next new moon they go to Moon Rocks. And Moon Rocks are in this little cave under a river, and they are actually sea glass that glows in the moonlight. And Scarletheart becomes fully a medicine cat. It's her second time being there ever, because Crowstar doesn't like to show her off to the public. And it starts to get chilly and it's autumn. And each year SnowClan was doing well in the winter, because of this old barn on their territory, which always had so much mouses, but this year there were a couple cats that settled there and wouldn't let SnowClan hunt there anymore, so they are pretty much fucked. And hunger started really getting to the cats, especially Cowpelt, who refused to eat. Cowpelt goes on a patrol with Flowerroot to try to hunt. And if you have seen my Hidden in the Sand PMV, you know where this is going. She thinks she sees a mouse, she jumps into a deathberry bush, accidentally swallowed some tasty berries. Flowerroot runs to Scarletheart and she isn't in much of a rush. And when she gets there, she says there's nothing she can do at this point and Cowpelt dies. And Scarletheart feels so weird about this because she wanted to help Cowpelt. She felt like a murderer now and it was like she wasn't controlling herself then. Some cats tried to catch fishes in the river which didn't make FireClan, the neighboring clan, happy because they thought it was their river only. And after some fights on a gathering, Crowstar decided to attack FireClan and steal some of their territory. And there wasn't even that much fish in the river, so this was just kind out of spite and tradition. Because in the entire existing of the clans, SnowClan and FireClan always hated each other. And so Flowerroot has to go to the battle, and Scarletheart knows this won't end well. And Scarletheart and Flowerroot were kinda starting to be friends again, bonding over Cowpelt's death, and it doesn't in fact go too well. SnowClan lost. Everyone were fine. But Flowerroot supposedly died. That means cats saw him being attacked and falling into the river, so he probs died. And Scarletheart doesn't want to accept it because she was just starting to get her friend back. And Greyer decides to retire because he was getting many signs from StarClan lately. And it was too much for cat his age, so Scarletheart is alone again. When she was sitting by Flowerroot's gravestone, Whisker came by and apologized for being such a dick when he was an apprentice. And he says he knows it isn't this simple, and Scarletheart doesn't forgive him, but says she appreciates he came to apologize, not like the other cats that attacked her then. And Scarletheart has to mature, decide who she wants to be, and learn all her lessons she needs to learn, but not in this book.